Welcome to the big game in Auckland. Every year the students, the teachers, the fans look forward to it. It is King's College taking on and welcoming Auckland Grammar in the Land Rover 1A competition here at King's College. This has gone back since 1896 when Grammar won their first title. That's how much it means to them. And the school kids are here, as are the players in preparation. And this year's competition has meant that after 4 rounds, it is 1v2. Yes, King's College at top of the table, 16 points. Just the 1 draw, 3 wins. Auckland Grammar losing to Sacred Heart. And they sit second, along with Sacred Heart, St. Kitts and St. Peter's, all tied for 3rd spot. And Castle Boys High School there on 7th place, all the way down to Liston College, who have got 2 points.
It's the guy with the medic. Just behind him, follow you in front. The green medic.
possession. The scene is set, and it is something special about first 15 rugby.
I think the scenes show it all. You know, there's a bit of hugging going out there in the Kings. I think I like the approach of Grammar, though. They're just settling themselves. Kings might want to do the same to make sure they get a good start after such a passionate performance from their students.
Kings will be playing right to left. Grammar will be kicking off. Unusual as well, isn't it, KT? Because normally, as a player, you want to perform the haka, but they stood their ground and just allowed the school to perform it.
Yeah, and I was just going to ask you about that, Jip. You can see, like, what's it like having that full force of the schoolhouse behind you performing that?
Yeah, a lot of it, it'll heighten the nerves, won't it? And just as I said before, as I said, the Kings would need to settle themselves down. They're going through some drills as we speak, which you can't see on TV, so they proved me wrong, and they're back on song to make sure they have that good start. But I think those nerves are good because it means you care, it means you're passionate about what you're doing, and then no doubt you can just expel that energy onto the opposition, which they will.
Tim Olive is in charge of this game, 35-minute halves, of course, and welcome to our big audience joining us on Sky Sport 1, also Prime TV. Lovely to have you with us here on a Saturday afternoon, and also the international viewers through Rugby Pass. Our team of 5 million were able to beat the coronavirus, and that's why the crowds are here, because this is a date they've looked forward to as Auckland Grammar get us underway. Nice high kick from Gray. First possession to the visitors, and immediately McKenna gets in at halfback. Dummy, and then thought about passing to Stanley, but he holds on to the ball. McKenna again, offloads, and Grammar happy to slow things down here. Grammar forwards looking for some easy meters, nothing really there, and now out to Gray again, throws a nice wide pass. Stanley again with the ball around the corner. Well read by Fafusuanga. Here's the right winger for King's College, and now into the hands of Tipai. 5 phases still in possession, Auckland Grammar, and now the quick pass looking for Finanganofo. Couldn't get it, but he goes back, and now they give the ball out to Williams. He gives a chance to Chambers Stewart. Nice tackle coming in from Liatua. Centre for King's College. Into the contest goes Conrad Lotuinga. That's the 22 line. You can see they're in the midfield. Out to Gray. Running ball to the left. The intercept! Stanley through the intercept, and there's the hand in the air. Manu Laleua against the run of play scores the first try of the afternoon.
Absolutely massive effort there to get up in defence. He showed face early and forced them back inside, but this time they wanted to get that edge, and there was a little bit of fool's gold there, wasn't it, KT?
100%. It was a great start by Auckland Grammar. Multiple phases. They went to the left side. They created the one-on-one that they wanted, but this well read by Francis Manu Lelua. Watch him here, man on man, waiting right there, decides to go, and from there he knew he was going to get the all-important first score.
Yeah, well, look, he's celebrating early, but I think it came off the back of a lot of hard work around that breakdown, low tackles, people rolling out of that breakdown and getting numbers on feet, which allows guys on the edge to get that line speed and put pressure on.
What you see there, the inside player just reloading to throw that long ball, and he just read it beautifully, did Manu Lelua.
Grammar dominating all the possession and territory in the first 3 minutes. The one pass from Stanley that was intercepted. Manu Leleua, boy, he celebrated early, but it was worth it.
Absolutely. I think it could be a tactical shift for them. They've seen both midfielders come high for King's College, which means there's a bit of kick space in behind. So to slow that line speed, they might want to just dink one over there.
This is the young 17-year-old, year 13, third year. And the King's College first 15, Max Webb, looking for the maximum. He knows this ground very, very well. Perfect start for the home side.
Well, a considerable breeze behind the King's College and home team in this first 35 minutes. And now Auckland Grammar, they won the last kickoff. Just need to settle down here.
King's College haven't passed the ball to a teammate, and they're on the board with 7 points. It's 3.5 gone. Cullen Great, the 16-year-old, born in Australia, kicks off for Grammar out to the left again. It's a nice high kick. They got possession on the first chance, and they've got it on this occasion as well, so no problem with their ability to win the ball from the kickoff. McKenna clears it. Tepai. Nice tackle down around the laces from Pesci.
Advantage, offside.
Lotu Inga carries the ball. They've got an advantage here. We have Grammar. I'll go to the air. Nice high kick. They'll come back for the penalty.
You'd probably want to see them make better use of that advantage, wouldn't you, KT? Maybe have a chance their arm with maybe a crossfield kick, not so much the up and under.
Yeah, free play wasn't it? They went to try and test out. If it had gone a little bit longer, been a little bit more isolated, but now into a stiff breeze, as we spoke about. Be interesting what they go for here. Whether it be the post or go sideline.
Looks like the tee's coming out, so they'll be going for the shot. It'll be a good kick into this breeze. It's certainly just coming down the field, isn't it?
You can see there the offside by Kings, half a step in front.
Auckland Grammar established in 1869. They celebrated their 150th anniversary last year. The headmaster, Tim O'Connor, only the 11th headmaster they've had since 1869. Speaks volumes about the commitment and how long their headmasters serve at this wonderful school. Riley Williams, the 16-year-old. He's going to have to give this everything he's got because he's into a stiff breeze. Kicked it beautifully and on point.
Well, that's a reply Auckland Grammar would want it after that early try scored by King's College. That'll settle them right down.
Kings get a chance to get into Auckland Grammar's half for the first time. Apart from the try that they obviously scored to Manu Leleua. Charge down, and now Kings on the attack. It's been lost forward by Red, and so Grammar will get the scrum, but nice charge down there, good pressure.
Those are the effort areas you like to see out of your Lucy's. Clark there getting a good charge down, and if you'd regather it, they would have been hot on attack, but out of their defensive work is keeping them in the game at the moment for Kings.
You can see how hard they have worked on that facet of play. This King's College team hardly had any ball offensive-wise, but geez, they've been close. They've scored one, and on that occasion, unlucky.
Well, you mentioned Clark, and he's been a player that we've been highlighting and keeping an eye on for some time. James Parsons, a 17-year-old, 103k, number 6 blindside flanker. He is some athlete.
Yeah, look, he'd be a great option in line-out time, and it looks like he's a rangy player as well, but has the ability, as most modern-day flankers, to hit with the shoulders.
Talk about hitting with the shoulders. First scrum in this game. I know you're smiling.
I think I'll be looking for the Kings skip to set the tone. He was pretty confident before the game, so hopefully we see it here.
Sit.
Big scrum from Kings, but Grammar released the pressure valve and looked to just try and hit off one of the midfield backs. In fact, it was the winger that came in looking for some work in Armstrong. Back into the pocket, into a better position. Now the clearance kick, it isn't going to find touch. It's edging towards the centre of the field. Doyle goes back, Chicago Doyle. Watch him go, he can fly. Chicago Doyle with the quick hands, and now this is Clark. Shay Clark. Drops the shoulder, heads back towards infield. Nice play. Yorbu to Webb. Nice ball movement here from King's College. And just as we say that, the Ataua drops it, and here is Finau. Powerful, well-built centres, and that's going to be a great contest in the midfield between Finau and Stanley up against Manu Leleua and Leotau. Ball is there. McKenna goes in looking for the ball, hands are up. Yobu saying surely it's ours, but eventually it comes out the Grammar side. Dummy, Stanley's into the contact again. Young Matt Stanley, the son of Martin Stanley. And the Grammar captain just knocking the ball on.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll give that to the Kings hooker, Cave there. His pressure at that breakdown, they were under immense stress on that edge of Kings' D. If they got quick ball in that midfield ruck, it was all on, and his ability to slow that pill down, and the ref obviously said it was legal, gave them the opportunity to get that error.
One thing looks apparent too, James, is the Kings team are actually slowing down the Auckland Grammar ball, aren't they? So not getting that flow on.
I think that's on the basis of their tackle. It's low tackles around the legs, get the guy to ground quick, and it allows your hunter to get in there fast and, you know, create that opportunity as the hooker for Kings there, Cave, did.
88% possession to Auckland Grammar, 60% territory, so they dominate as far as the ball and where they've played the game, but not on the scoreboard at early stage. 9 minutes gone. It has lived up to the billing. Magical atmosphere. James, this is the thing that I love about First 15 rugby.
Yeah, it just brings you back to the roots, doesn't it? And it's just exciting. The energy from the students just fills through the whole ground, isn't it? It's a beautiful atmosphere here at Kings at the moment. And of course, we need a chat with the front rows early on any game.
Crouch.
Kings obviously celebrating their 40th anniversary of having female students, young girls at the school, and one person who's very happy about that is the penalty is given to Kings. They tap and go as Yobu takes it 10 easy metres, runs into his opposite, and McKenna, who brings him to the ground. They're inside the 22. Now the backs want the ball. Nice run from Monaghan. He's big and strong, and now the backs. Ball bounces, quick hands, into the gap goes Leo. Out to Doyle, he's in! Magical play. And put it down to the class of Dayton Yobu, the halfback, who as soon as they got the penalty, he was gone.
Absolutely, and a good quick clean outs on the back of him. The forward pack reacted, everyone set early, it created opportunity. It looks like there might be a double blow here, so someone might be in trouble.
Just calling for the captain. It might be the number 6 too.
Give me a sec.
Shay Clark.
Try stands. After the try, this man's clearly made an attempt to make a shoulder on the player. We're going to restart with a penalty at halfway after the conversion. No buts. I'm telling you what I've seen. Try stands, then we go to penalty. Yeah, 6. I need you to be careful.
Well, there we go. It's a shoulder after the fact from Clark. Beautiful work here. Here's the quick tap from the number 9, Dayton Yobu. Gets him on the front foot. It's a quick ball. Difficult one, but look at the way Manule Lua just gives that offload.
Don't you love seeing that? A selfless little offload before the line, you know, just giving it up. And that's what it is, about a team sport and giving those opportunities just to walk over and score easily.
That is such a well-worked move, showing their skill sets, and for such young players to have the mindset to offload and to give it to a person in space.
It just shows that youth and enthusiasm to play at pace as well. You know, it could have been easy to just reset the scrum as he converts. We saw him doing that in the warm-up, and he did shave him a little bit left, but I'm sure he'll make the adjustment.
And Auckland Grammar will start this with a penalty on the half.
I just feel they need this too, Willie, just to settle down.
Shoulder.
I think there was concern initially from the King's College captain that they were going to take the try away and actually start with a penalty. That's what they were concerned about, but that was not the case.
There was a little concern up here too, just quietly. But no, it wasn't the case. You couldn't take that try off them.
Just mentioning too, James, that 40 years since they introduced girls into the college, and you're quite thankful of that, being an old boy.
Yeah, very thankful. Met my wife here, so no, very grateful for the person that made that decision.
That is terrific to see the school here and how proud they are as well. First line out taken by Auckland Grammar. Nice throw from their skipper Halafihi, and now they look to try and rumble forward to draw in all the forwards from King's College. Now they release it. McKenna out to Webb, short ball to Hainsworth. Fa'ofu, it's big and strong. The open side flanker, and they go a little wide, and now they bring in Finau. Look at him go straight down Main Street. Then the offload to McKenna. Running ball, they've got numbers here. Stanley.
Backwards.
Pops it inside, it's gone backwards. Tipped high. Nice hands from the loose head prop. He's done a magnificent job. Stanley is there at first receiver, but they go out to the left, and now they drop the shoulder, does Tom Jackson. 2-metre lock. Cleared again. Running ball. Halafihi is there, but he's lost it, and so PC, the open side flanker for Kings, was able to get the ball, and now they'll use the wind here. And the right boot.
Under pressure, knocked on my blue.
Well, we highlighted him pre-match. Number 13 for Auckland Grammar, Whineanga Norfolk. Barnstorming run.
He just said, follow me, right through the middle of a few forwards too, so they'll be wanting to come back hard. And the one thing I do like, obviously, is the ability to keep the ball alive. I mean, look at these offloads, the skill set, and albeit even here, he got that offload away, and that was just before the era, but that's the exciting style of footy they're playing here today.
There he is. That head cap belonged to his older brother, Melino, who was representative of the first 15, so it's the hand-me-down head cap, but it's magical. Yobu releases the ball, and Manu goes straight through the gap. He's got a player to his right. Now he gives it to Josefa. He's got pace, Josefa, looking for support. Brought down. Ball is loose there, but they arrive. Yobu. He's lost it, and now there's an advantage. Tackle on Doyle from a player coming back. But offside play.
Offside.
Nice move there, Carl, in particular, the running from Francis Manulelulua.
Well, James just spoke about it. Youthful abandonment, just having to go back in themselves and to play what's in front of them. That's what I like. Well, yes, the options to kick first. They know they've got to win behind them, but Auckland Grammar are sitting there waiting for it. So what do? They do the exact opposite. They decide to run right here. Nice injection of pace, and I just like the nice deliveries, the draw and pass, the basic skills.
Yeah, absolutely, and just the fight and contact here as well to give us support time to clean that breakdown to keep it alive.
Line out falls the way of King's College. They now tidy it up through Fusuanga. Big lock in Monaghan. Matthew Monaghan, 199 centimetres tall, 106 Ks, but he's rolled one too many. And the player coming in has just gone straight to the deck as well. Robbie Coleman, unfortunately, for Kings. It looks promising.
Well, that's the new age law, isn't it? You have to enter the ruck square. Gone are the days of the sharp lines, and the refs set the tone early, 14 minutes in.
Oh, it's a shame, though. King's College again on a roll, and a big one. Let's just watch the entry from the side. Look at that. That was a nice injection there from Monaghan. Yeah, just on the left-hand side.
Just overran a little bit, didn't he?
Pressure throw here too, Willie, for Halawhihi.
Got the first one right, and the second. That's a nice throw in difficult conditions here with the breeze favouring King's College in the first 35 minutes. Still mauling. Great play from the Grammar forwards. Halawhihi goes close to the sideline. Ball is out. Nice defence there from Christian Tessie.
He'd probably want to have that one again if he'd kept it at the back there, or they wouldn't have been allowed to tackle it. But I think it's somewhere they can go. Very strong in the set piece early.
I was just about to say that they look very good in this facet of play, don't they? They just come to the right rather than the left.
Yeah, and look, just as he pops off here, could have sold it anyway. Kings line out here.
Ball bounces and falls the way of Grammar, so the visitors getting all the spoils of possession in the opening 15 minutes of this game. Whineanga Norfolk gives it now to the injection of Williams, puts the real pace on. Up towards the sideline. Finn McKenna is the halfback, slows things down, gets it back to Gray. Puts a nice kick high up in the air. Doyle's coming forward, Chicago Doyle. Bounces, gets a second grab at it, but it's gone forward.
Welcome, boys.
Oh, unfortunate there. Chicago Doyle went up nice and high, just at the last bit. It dipped on him, and this tricky wind is coming behind him.
Yeah, look, I think the Kings forwards could probably do a little bit better job for their fullback there, and maybe escort a few players out of the way so he gets a cleaner look at it. But that's not the case, and obviously a scrum here. But Kings' first scrum was pretty impressive, so I'm sure they'll be looking to back themselves here.
Grammar's starting to work themselves back into this game too, Willie. You can see just on the right-hand side, the number 13, Whineanga Norfolk coming up in the short line is an option in the second fight. Matt Stanley dropping back deep.
We talk about Auckland Grammar, and it is the most successful school for the amount of All Blacks that have come through there, but we've also produced some amazing New Zealanders. Russell Crowe, of course, the actor. Richard Chandler and John Buchanan. Jonathan Hunt, of course. Sam Lotulenga, the Member of Parliament. And when we look at the All Blacks too, Sir Wilson Winneray, Cal Tremaine, Grant Fox, John Drake, the Wetton brothers. Sir Edmund Hillary, of course. And Andrew Hawthorne, and they release it now. They've got running ball, Stanley. He's done so well. And Stanley, every time he's touched the ball, has got over that advantage line, and this is nice ball now for them to try and attack. They need to score next, Scrum to stay in the game. They'll get the penalty. What do they do here, JP?
Well, he was pretty confident from this distance before, you know, just to settle things down. They're not too far out of it, so to get probably 12-6 up after what they've had would probably look pretty good. But their line-out is going well.
I was about to say their line-out and their line-out drive in particular has been good, so I think they go sideline. They're starting to work their way back and can feel the momentum come back their way.
Like any good hooker, that skipper, he wants to try at the back of that maul.
It's funny that you say that, to go for the shot. The tee actually come on, but they decided to go sideline. The centre's looking very dangerous for both teams.
How much is this wind worth, fellas? That's the point I'm wondering. How much do you need on the board?
Well, I'm not sure. The way Kings are playing, they're ball in hand, aren't they? So they're not really using it on the foot. So you know, if they stay with that attitude, it won't really play a factor.
The captain, the co-captain, finds the target again. It's worked for them street from street. Lotteringa and Halafini have a great combination as they rumble forward. Grammer, they march ever so closer. Ball is there. It's come back and now they pick and go. Thought they had it under control therefore from the ball, but they try and rumble their way over. Referee in great position. It's held up.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Oh, that's unfortunate, Willie. I think they just lost their Fifena Halafihi. If he keeps up, this is a try all day long. Unfortunate there, James, that he couldn't just keep up.
Yeah, it looked like he went for the line, but maybe he just saw it a little bit too short. But it's definitely somewhere they can go. It looks like Kings have got, you know, a certainty at scrum time, but line-out time, he's quite a good thrower as well. In this cross breeze, he's really giving it some air and getting some clear air for his locks.
16 minutes remains in the first half of this King's College and Auckland Grammar, and you two need to pick a Sky Sport player of the day as well. Good luck.
Long way to go, Willie. Long way to go.
Another penalty here, KT. Line out.
Yeah, well, they're pointing to the line out is to play. You go to scrum again, though, Skip.
I don't think I would. I think I'd go to the line. They're definitely more confident at line-out time than scrum time, and that's one of those 50-50 penalties, isn't it? So it could go against you, and you wouldn't want to put yourself under that pressure.
Now, they've gone short for their first few line-outs. Do they go full here?
Oh, I'd stick with the winning formula. Go to the lock in the middle, and then, you know, they've only got 5 metres to go. They've been taking it 20, so I'm sure they'll go over here.
They've gone to Conrad Lotteringa. There he is, standing at number 2 in the line-out. Do they use him again on this, the 4th occasion? You bet. The money ball. Now they release quickly. Halafihi is in!
Forward pass been called.
Oh, it's coming back, yeah. Good spotting.
Wow. Tim Olive, the referee, he was in no doubt that the ball had gone forward.
Sometimes it's just better to keep things simple that have worked for you earlier in the game.
Geez, that's a big call. That is a big call. Line ball for me. He has to get that from the assistant referee, surely. Man, oh man.
That looked okay from where we are, but as I say, they're in a better position. Decision's been made, and now Grammar looking to try and put some pressure on this King's scrum.
Sit!
JP.
Yeah, it looks like there's the loose head's just angling in there. He'd already been warned once, and I think, like any referee, once you get offside with them, you're fighting a winning battle.
Well, the thing is, they've had 2 penalties at the scrum time. You think maybe with a bit more experience, you go to scrum there and try and milk it?
Yeah, well, look, I thought the King's scrum was going pretty strong, but now they've turned. But I think their line-out's their thing, isn't it? And I think if they just keep things simple here, do a simple maul, they'll go over for a 5-pointer.
Again, it's Lotteringa. He brings it down, and this time they do hold on to it. As James Parsons said they should. Halafihi in the back has just got to control things here. Now he's got a break. He lets it ball out to McKenna, to Gray, Stanley. Finaunufu just fell over, but is there to support him. Gets it out quickly. Gray, the wide pass. One side of the field to the other. Tackle of Armstrong. It's taken to ground, and now Lotuinga, who won the line-out ball, a little bit of movement. Finanga Nufu loses the ball forward there. Referee says play on. McKenna. Now to Armstrong, they've got an advantage here, Auckland Grammar. If nothing comes from this, they'll get the penalty, and now they release it to Pai. Pick and go from Leai Manu, the tight head prop. Ball is slow, it comes back. Here is the captain, Halafi. He's got some teammates in behind him, but he's on the ground now. Ball is still available. The pick and go, they're ever so close now. Referee has a good look, just a metre short. Grammar desperate to score. He's over! Referee in a great position. They rolled up their sleeves, the forwards, and they've got the job done. Conrad Lotuinga. No, it's not. It's actually the open side flanker. My apologies. Sam Hainsworth. Fa'ofu. Wonderful try.
Yeah, look, the forwards have been strong for Grammar, haven't they? And the backs had a couple of licks out wide, and then they just said, no, give it to me, we'll go up the guts. And, you know, they were under advantage, and you know, they had plenty of time, plenty of pressure down there, and the pick and goes worked for them.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3 penalties given to Auckland Grammar, and just the body position there shown by Sam Hainsworth. Fa'ofu. This will be a good view of it. Still a lot of power to use, and he gets it over. You can see the ball down. Auckland Grammar back in this one.
Denied a couple of minutes earlier from a line-out move that we thought was okay, but such is the greatness of this Grammar side that they just put it behind them, put pressure on Kings at the scrum, got the penalty, went to work again, and with only 15% of possession, they have scored their first try of the afternoon. Riley Williams looks up, and it's over. They draw closer again, 12-10, and they look happy.
Yeah, I think Kings will probably look to go long here, get some territory, and hopefully get the ball back and can build some pressure through phases. They just have not had any ball. As you said, Willie, 15% possession, and look, they've got 12 points, and they know they're dangerous when they have it. They've just got to hold on to it a little bit longer.
Kings have only spent 36 seconds in the opposition half, and you can see them shielding their eyes from the sun, but it goes down to one of the smaller players on the field. And Finn McKenna gives it to Riley Williams. That's not out. Doyle comes forward. Chicago Doyle so safe under the high ball. Alisi, this is one player who enjoys ball in hand. Taken in the tackle of Lotuinga. Yobu gets it out to Fafusuanga. Kicks the ball along the ground. It's a nice kick as well. Doyle is there to pressure him, they charge him, they take him back. This will be a 5-metre scrum.
That is great play to see that spot in behind that. Sometimes, you know, when wingers are high, you don't put that pressure on that fullback, but a kick is only as good as its chase, and that's impressive from Doyle.
Yeah, but Fusuanga too, you watch him here, just put it through, got good vision, the young man, saw a bit of greenery, but you're right, look at the chase, look at the purple jerseys, there's 1, 2, 3 coming in for Kings, and that's great work. Chicago Doyle outstanding.
Stay straight and get a solid bind.
Chicago Doyle, 17 in 2 weeks' time. He is a terrific player. We saw him on Land Rover First 15 last year, and in these big games, he really does step up.
Now the Kings scrum has had its issues the last couple of ones, Willie. Can they get this one right here?
James is hoping so. Goes down, but it's still there.
We've slipped from that one.
The ref is obviously wanting a square and straight base, and Aho Kavi has had a bit of enjoyment of heading in on that angle, so he'll want to behave here with the ref on his side. But it looks like he is struggling a little bit when he goes square, so it might be a quick hook and just get the ball out just to get it done and dusted and then go into their work.
There's that possession step we were talking about. There's the territory. And time inside the opposition. Look at that. Auckland Grammar have had a mortgage. Almost 3 minutes.
Bind. Sit.
That's a better scrum from the hosts. Now out to Leataua. Geez, he runs nice and powerfully and strong. The forwards have had time to get around the corner. The inside ball. Monahan goes over.
We spoke about Ayobo obviously pre-game and his ability to run around that ruck, and forwards needing to be on the job. They certainly weren't there, and it was an old-fashioned Gregan style, wasn't it? It's good to see it still playing its role here in rugby in New Zealand, KT.
Oh yeah, well, that was a nice header from the 13 again. Leatawa with that inside ball, yeah, magic stuff, just trying to catch that defenders over chasing, and it does. You can see they're pretty weak on their rock. Nice holes.
Take it back to the kick that was put through earlier. The chase by Doyle and co to force them into a position to get the scrum, and they've come up trumps. You called it, James Parsons. You said that they should kick long and try and get some position. They've answered your call.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, they look a threat with ball in hand. They just need more of it to get ahead in this game. But, you know, I think both sides are showing up in defence. There's plenty of passion on both sides of the ball for Grammar as well. So they're not out of this yet.
Conversion is successful from young Max Webb. And Kings extend that lead to 9 points.
Yeah, both things, very different strengths. You can see Auckland Grammar very forward-based, looking very strong in their set piece, getting a lot of yards there. Kings, conversely, they look very dangerous out wide.
Yeah, they do. I think Grammar might just want to adjust their tactics and probably attack a little bit more out of their half. They're kicking the ball down the middle of the field a little bit aimlessly, and it's allowing the Kings' attack to just take off.
They might struggle to go the 10 metres. Now it's gone 10, they can play on. That's good play. Well done, the referee, and also the students. Well aware that it was short, but the bounce of the rugby ball has been generous as Te Pai tucks it under that big frame. Gains a metre. Stanley Whenanganofu steps off the right, straightens the line and brings in 3 defenders. Finn McKenna again. Just marshalling the troops, telling them to go out to the left, and then they move out the opposite side. Big defence coming in from Ahokavi. Te Pai drops the shoulder and runs into the Kings captain, Otunuku. Held on to the ball, though.
There you are. There you are.
Again, low tackle, ability to get over the ball, get a turnover for his team. The skipper, he'll be happy.
He's put his hand up for the Sky Sport Player of the Day, Shay Clark, for me. Boy, he's got a big engine. He works hard.
And sometimes it's not shown on TV, but whenever there's a kick going back, he's first, you know, he's busting his gut to get back and play a role in anything. And those are the sort of small effort areas you like to see out of young boys.
Yeah, there's a chop tackle you're talking about. Ethan Cave was the hooker. They put it down, and then Otunuku over the ball.
Thank you.
Kings with some running ball.
Thank you.
Manu Leleua gives it out to Fusuanga. He's powerful, and they get over the 22. Yobu to Webb, running ball. It's Doyle. Doyle in for 2. Doyle picks up 2s.
There's nothing better than seeing a 15 drift on the pass like that, Willie, and get on the outside and then just use his toe to go to the line. Something you did a lot, KT.
Yeah, I was the one missing the tackle, Jimmy, but I'll tell you what, it was awesome to see once again basic skills. Here it is here. Second man up and then just through the line. I like the draw and pass. The ball was a bit behind, still had a little work to do. Just the draw and pass from this set piece, well over the advantage line, pretty to watch.
He just smoked him, didn't he?
He did. I hate to bring it back to the basic areas, but they've just been so good, both sides of the ball on the breakdown, Kings, haven't they? It's provided fast ball. You saw before, you know, Grammar McKenna, he's having to slow his own ball down to get people running, bodies in motion, whereas Yobo's just ball up because of those cleans are past the ball, and it's creating that space on the edge because Grammar defence just can't get set.
Well, the hosts take a lead here. 4 minutes to play in the first half. Around 66% off the tee today. Didn't miss by much.
Well, it's an important period for me, well, especially for Auckland Grammar. They can't leak any more points. 14 points is nothing. Still a long way to go. They're going to have the breeze in behind them, which will suit their forward. So this next 4 minutes, I think, is integral.
I think it'll suit their style because it looks like they've got a kicking style. So I think when they turn with the breeze in the second half, it'll bring them right back into the game.
They've got it to restart at Auckland Grammar. I think they've gotten every single one so far. They really need this one now.
Might have to give it just a little bit more, and he does just that. It's nice and high. Opportunity to get up there. It's been lost forward by Clark. So Grammar do get possession. Penalty. You can hear the referee say no to the try scorer Monaghan.
Be interesting to see what they go for here. Probably to the corner. I'd like to see them just keep it simple again and go to their drive and stay. I know they haven't gone over yet, but they've shown a great force. Looks like he might have just gone dead here or missed touch.
I think it's a shank.
Interesting option there. He probably could have put it down, get a 22.
Still, though, they're only 7 or 8 metres away from King's try line, so this is a result for them. They went the long way around to get there, but again, execution at line out time. If they score here, that'll be a huge confidence boost for Grammar.
Their line out's been working well. They've thrown the ball in on 5 occasions and they've won all 5. So is it Conrad Lotuinga again, the man they go to? You got a theory on these throws onto the wind as well, haven't you?
He's just proven it right then as well. Throwing the hard, fast one to the back is normally easier in the wind.
So Wiki brings it down. Play on, says the ref. They try and sack it. Goes to ground, and so McKenna sends all the forwards out to the right. Lotuinga. One out to the left, and then they go out to the right again. This is great. Jackson, big number 8. His father, Brendan Jackson. Of course, another old boy, former Auckland player as well. There are a number of players, actually, when their sons are coming through the system. JP, that's when you know you're getting old, because I used to play with their fathers.
Sure is, and I used to support their fathers. Now I'm playing with their kids, so maybe I'm getting on as well. But just Kings there giving away a penalty. Got to roll out of that tackle area. Yes, they're great over the ball, but they can't do it illegally.
Now, can you just explain it to us, nonsensical backs, why you go long and that's an easier ball to throw in the line out? I would have thought the short one was.
Well, yes it is, but because teams normally defend the short one in the breeze, it's probably going to be a bit of traffic. You're not going to get clean ball, and if you can really get some revs on that ball, it flies flat and hard towards the back, and normally no one's defending back there, so it's an easier one in theory. I'll probably go back out there and try not straight now. I've said that.
Yeah, okay, you've just confused me even more. No. They need to score here. Jackson running ball to McKenna. The pass was flat and it's gone backwards. Grammar's side. Finanganofa couldn't handle it, but you can understand why. It wasn't a great pass, and here he is now. Quickly in to support McKenna. Lovely pass again off the ground, and now Lotuinga gives it out to Tepai. One off running. Finanganofa. They've got an advantage here at Grammar as well. Again, Pessi makes a tackle. It's made about 300 in the first 30 minutes. The outside flanker. As they rumble and get a little bit closer, McKenna clears it from the traffic. The pop pass. Nice tackle from Coman. Had to be made, and now they go a little closer here to Grammar. 7 phases. Make that 8. The pick and go and close. Referee says, you're on, you're on. It is game on. Up he gets. Wonderful play. Whakaonga, Lea Ayamanu. The tight head prop gets over just before the break.
That looks like Grammar's game around the tight stuff there. 2 tries from it now. Big ball carriers. And it's actually good interplay by their forwards. A couple of times there just doing those little short passes, which sucks defenders in, obviously, and then it's just too much work to be done.
Yeah, just before that run, Whakaonga Lea Manu was the one that got over the advantage line and got that go forward for them. And in the end, look at him here, still 1, 2, 3 players he busts through. That is huge for Auckland Grammar.
Great positioning from the referee as well. Getting himself into a position that he can see. This is Riley Williams, the outstanding fullback for Auckland Grammar. He's at 100% today. Strikes it nicely through the middle. Referee says that's half time. And 35 pulsating minutes as a scoreline where the host King's College leading Auckland Grammar by 24 points to 17. Max Webb gets us underway. They're playing into the breeze now, are King's College. And they still haven't won a kickoff, King's College. It's been all Grammar from the set piece, and now they'll use the wind here. They go a little bit high on this occasion. Nice up and under from Gray, taken beautifully by Manule Lelua. And he breaks the first, second and third. He's gone. The offload. Monaghan runs a beautiful support line, the lock. Yobu looks at the options, goes out to the right. Fafusuanga to the ground. Yobu again resets now. It's Webb. The kick over the top. How's the bounce? Baldora's got it and offloads. And they go. Yes! Shea Clark. Superstar to the second half.
Might have just done a little fist pump there myself, but great vision by Webb there. I spoke about it before for obviously Kings' intercept, that space in behind to challenge that line speed defence, and he saw it, got the bounce, a Jeff Wilson Goldie bounce right into the hands, and the ability to offload by Doyle to set Clark up.
What about this run, though, from Francis Manulelua? The right-hand fend, the power to go through a tackle, the step in there as well, and then the offload. Got it all, the young number 12, but as you said, the vision to see the space in behind by Max Webb. The bounce is kind from Chicago Door. Another good kick chase, and that's a strong finish.
That's right, keep coming.
I think they'll be happy with the interplay, as we've already spoken about. Their vision and their ability to set their mates up is a great sign of a tight team that wants to do it for each other. And I think that's great to see at this level, Willie.
King's College, the defending champions of the 1A competition in 2019. How's the radar from out wide? Good contact. Just falling short. We spoke about the Illuminis from Auckland Grammar, but you think about King's College as well. The All Blacks served Ian Kirkpatrick, Peter Alatini, Daniel Bray, James Parsons alongside us here with Ali Williams. Boy, there have been some stars, and these are the stars of the future right here. Elizabeth Marbley came here as well, so did Laura Hill.
Sure did.
Hello to them if they're watching and listening around the world, wherever they are.
Taken back, taken back.
Ball has gone back, it's been taken back, so they can't kick it out on the full. They're going to have to work it from here, and so Ualisi, as all good number 8s do, just sets it. Now the kick. Manu Leua hasn't gone out. Williams will take it. He's got a player out to his right. It's Armstrong. He finds the right winger in Chambers Stewart. Getting back is Jackson. Big number 8 on Clark. Gets the big fend out, does really well. They loop, and then they give the ball to the try scorer, Leai Manu, keeping it alive, moving it from one side of the field to the other. He's strong. Hainsworth. Fa'aofu scored a double last week against Carlston Boys. Away from home. Takes it a little bit closer, and now the ball is there, but it's been lost and picked up by Leao Tua.
That's the new player, John Finian. The Norfolk come onto the field for the start of the second half for Auckland Grammar. Strong over the ball. Had to take some medicine for it as well. Surely line-outs to go.
The two brothers are in midfield now, so that's a potent midfield for Auckland Grammar.
He's gone for the blue headgear too. Help us out, tell them apart.
And please, they both weren't wearing pink headgear, you're right. There he is, the younger of the two brothers. Just an 11-month difference between the two. And that ball has gone down the back, and Grammar go on the attack. Halafihi drives forward to pick and go again. In fact, Halafihi might have left. I think it might be Pons, I think, is on in jersey 16. We'll have a look at that. But they pick and go again. Grammar, they've scored the 2 tries in the forwards. Now they dive over. Referee says no penalty.
Tackled and release.
Looks like they're already missing their skipper, isn't it? They've had that set-piece dominance there, and the first throw for the reserve hooker, Pons, hasn't gone to plan.
Yeah, that's huge. It obviously has to be an injury because he was outstanding that first half. Now, Halafihi, that is a big one for them, but an opportunity for Ethan Pons to get in there, and they've called the scrum here, Kings. Scrum's been under pressure. Oh, it's Auckland Grammar ball.
Yep.
I think we know what they'll probably go to here. They'll probably go to the tight stuff again. Kings D would like to adjust and not have so many players on the blind side. They've got to work around that corner to fill those holes.
Well, they've moved Armstrong into the first receiver position of Auckland Grammar. But they'll pick and go from the back, and up they go. Big and strong goes Hainsworth Fa'aofu. But the referee says he's lost it forward.
What about the D from the open side? Pesset for King's College, and also the standoff. Max Webb, they get up there and dislodge that ball. Sam Hainsworth Fa'aofu actually going into the boot. He gets off well though here. Jip.
It's a great quick hook there, and he gets off. And as you said, though, look at that work from the open side flanker. Or is that Clark there? Maybe it was Clark. That's great work, and he's been busy all day. And then the first 5 with a little shoulder to force the knock on, not too bad.
Well, how tough is that as a flanker to be able to cover that up? That's a lot of ground they have to make, don't they?
Absolutely, especially when they get a quick hook like that and pop off, and every prop in the world wants their flanker on them for as long as they want.
Well, this is where they're under pressure, as you mentioned, Carl, the scrum, but they've done well. And now running ball, Manu Le'Leua. He's got his winger on his side, takes the contact. He's gone 40 metres up the field. Slow ball though. Jackson goes through the middle. Referee says play on. Yobu eventually gets it out to Webb. Monahan, nice spiral pass. Beautiful play. Now Taua gives it out to Doyle. Chicago Doyle. Pass on the inside. It's a miracle pass. Yosefa. He's in support. He's always in support. They've gone 80 metres. King's College. Monahan puts the shoulder, charges forward. Yobu to Webb. Numbers here for them. There's the man that started it. Out to Fa'aofu, but they'll get the penalty. Sublime rugby from King's College.
The ability to get ball to space, then the quick ball, the clean-outs there. Yobu's support line to get to that breakdown, to keep the pace of that tempo up, to put Grammar under pressure is exceptional. And as you said before, the big number 12 for King's College is putting his hand up for man of the match.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jip. Manu Le'Leua, he's been outstanding, especially on those exit plays, the running, and he's running hard too.
I think it's a good tactic for Kings to play out of there, because, you know, they've put one kick down the middle, and obviously you've seen the effect they've had, and as we can see here by the images, when they play with ball in hand, they're just such a massive threat.
How much confidence do you have to throw a pass like that, a right-hand back ball? Oh, there's some mad skills there from Doyle.
He's another one that's performed very well. Kick, chase, tries.
He's got to be in the equation, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Change the kick here, Francis. Manu Le'Leua is going to step up here and take this for King's College.
He has been impressive, KT. Boy, every time he has touched the ball, he's got the golden touch at the moment. Now they're hoping he's got the golden boot.
Yeah. Got a very experienced head on some young shoulders, this young man right here.
Well, he's just 16 years old. The man they call Frisco, that's his nickname. Frisco gets 3 more. Francis Manu Le'Leua, write that name down. If you're a scout, you're spotting for talent, looking for talent, boy, he has put his hand up.
We've got the North Harbour captain here. I'm sure he can go down here and have a talk. The 3 Harbour boys up top.
I don't know if there's enough money in the tin for someone of his talent.
Oh, come on. James, you just have to just take
give some up, pay cut. Give some up, jeez. Take your 20% pay cut.
That's Bryn Gatlin's got it all.
Cullen Gray gets us underway from the restart, kicks it down to his opposite. Webb takes it cleanly and they move it along the chain. Not prepared to kick the ball into the wind here as Doyle skips and then gives the ball out. Terrific athletes. Yosefa is just such a beautifully built winger. Around 6 foot. Lean and quick, and now the kick that's going to hold up in the air. Taken into the contact of Yosefa. Auckland Grammar again. Threw a new player on. Manu Kia is on in jersey 19. Here's Whinanga Nofu out to his brother. Now Williams. Williams goes in, out, and gives it to Hainsworth Fa'aofu. He gets the shoulder of Fa'aofu Sunga. Left wing for King's College. Whinanga Nofu gets it into Williams, but it's gone forwards, and Yobu will just kick the ball out. Still not in touch, though. The bounce of the ball is dangerous. Here is Gray. Cullen Gray needs some support, finds it. They go a little wider. Here's Jackson. Gage Jackson loops around. They're looking for some space. Auckland Grammar, but the defence from King's College has been outstanding. Holding their line, making their first up tackles. It's the 22 line, you can see. So 27 out. Some of the new players that have just come onto the field. Lea Suasu, we're in jersey 18. Quick hands. They get a little bit of space. They're over the advantage line. Now they're just 15 out. Kipai with the pick and go. No, they go one wider and they give it to the tight head prop. Lea Manu, he scored a try just before the break.
Advantage.
Another advantage. McKenna milked that beautifully.
Playing advantage.
Finauga out to Williams. Kick over the top, not much else happening. Bounces there. Doyle skips out of the first.
Thanks, mate. Sorry.
Lovely sportsmanship there between two of the best players on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Doyle covering a lot of ground at 15 there, just adding to the string of bows. He's got quick tap here, though, like this from
down. Tap and go, quick hands, out wide, stretching and reaching was Lea Susu. They've scored all their tries from about a metre out, and they pick up their third in similar fashion. Monahan said he's lost it forward. Referee says, son, go and stand under the post. It's a try. Mercy Manukia might get credited with the try.
We talked in depth about the ability to quick tap from Yobo in the first half, and it's great to see Grammar's followed suit here. They've played at tempo, they've got the ball in the space that they like to do in those pick and goes, and they go for it.
Well, they come on and made an impact, have the reserves that they needed to, too, for Auckland Grammar.
20 to go, boys.
You see the number 19, Mercy Manukia.
Next penalty and Kingston 2 guys, buzz me.
No knock on there, clean as a whistle.
(32-22) the scoreline at the moment, but the conversion here from Williams. He's got the breeze at his back. He's got the radar. Spot on. Boy, he made that look easy.
Still a long way to go in this game too. Here, Willie. So Auckland Grammar by no means out of it. And the drum starting to beat from the Grammar supporters. Here we go.
There's a few words had there by Williams and Yosefa on the way back, so there's a bit of tension still in the air.
20 minutes to play. And that's the annual game. They always get great crowds. They always provide a lot of entertainment. And as we've said over the 11 years of bringing you First 15 Rugby, that we show you the stars of tomorrow today.
And they're certainly standing up here. Just to go back to Kings, though, 12-5 penalty count. That's what's keeping Grammar in this game. They'll want to sort that discipline out ASAP.
Yeah, that's a big one there, relieving penalty. In fact, that's a good kick. So Grammar just marched down the field, and it's just so tough, Chip, isn't it? Running forward and having to run 30 metres back to a line out for a forward.
Absolutely, and it looks like they're walking in with a little planned move here, Grammar. Short line out again. Hopefully they'll probably win this one at the front after the first throw.
Jackson secures possession for them. That's a good ball with the short line out. It's Ben. Thought it had collapsed. It was the Grammar players that were down. Now they're going to have to use it. Pondes breaks away. He's done well. Gets the throw 1 point, and now he breaks away to get some extra metres as well. The backs want the ball. Forwards are queuing up here. Big frame off. Tipai, he's not afraid to put his hand up here as Hainsworth Fa'afu scored a try for Grammar in the first half. They've scored 3 tries. Have Auckland Grammar, and now they go a little wider. Ball looks like it's been lost forward. Yes, it has. Just in the contact there.
Yeah, good done, bro.
A modern game, though, James Parsons, means that, well, you've got to be a loose forward. In fact, it doesn't matter what number you've got on the jersey these days, is it?
No, I think, look, with the breakdown there, 1 to 15 are good over the ball. It's something most teams train as a team, and it's been a real bonus for Kings today. Their ability to defend their line, tackle low to give those opportunities for their hunters to get over. And, you know, without the defence today, they might have been in a lot of trouble, so they can be proud of that.
You were telling us earlier that the Blues trainings that Ofa Tuangafasi and also Patrick Tuipulotu, they certainly know how to put a shot on.
They set the tone. They don't need too many hunters around. They do the damage. The ball normally pops up and spills elsewhere.
No space there.
This is where Kings really need to be settled in their scrum. Had some issues here during this game. Auckland Grammar really have worked their way back into that side.
Just stayed in touch, haven't they, Auckland Grammar? Every time they've got into the opposition half, they've come away with points, and so that would be pleasing. Auckland Grammar's coach, James Hance, had very strong words to say to them, positive words, I should say, at the break. It was terrific to hear what they had to say. Is now they get it out to Doyle. Kings looking to run the ball. He knows how dangerous Doyle is, and that's a copybook tackle. Yobu thought about kicking, then he gives the ball and to the ever-impressive Manu Le'Leua. The passes are crisp, and they're right in front of the players, and Yosefa. He finds himself in open space. Yobu to Webb. Now the midfield set. Ball comes back again. Webb, he's got players out there. Doyle looking to drift and then offloads. And there's Tuala, 16-year-old in jersey 22 for King's College. The kick from Yobu. They contest in the air and it falls into the hands of Webb. Nice kick that from Yobu. And here he is again, playing first receiver. Monahan, big and strong. He's been terrific for King's College this afternoon, has Monahan. Now Taua, he gets crunched. A little bit isolated. Monahan again finds himself in the right place at the right time with the ball. Takes it up to the 10-metre line, centre field. Options both left and right. Out to the left they go, swinging the ball, quick hands. Clark was on the end of the chain, but he's just lost it forward.
Yeah, he has an error there, but a lot of the forwards are starting to walk a bit in the Kings side, so they'll be looking to make some subs just as they are now.
Yes, and great D there from Auckland Grammar, making their tackles and forcing them out on the outside. The passes that were in front before, just getting a little bit behind because of that fatigue, I think you're talking about there, Jip.
You've seen a good injection of energy from the Grammar reserves, so you'll be hoping to see the same in the final minutes for King's College as well.
Great attacking opportunity here for the Auckland Grammar team. The whole left-hand side, you're going to see the right-hand winger just come in as an option. The centres have been very, very good for Auckland Grammar.
Bit of kick space into the Kings wingers up. He's sort of showing 50-50, but there's a lot of space with that wind behind them.
McKenna clears it. Whenanganofo runs as a dummy, but they've given it to a player that was standing still. Easy defence for King's College. Again, it's cleared, and now they're going to use the breeze. They kick it down towards that corner. That's a good place to kick. Doyle is there, but he's been everywhere. This impressive young fullback steps off the right. Now he accelerates, gets through the first two defenders, throws the miracle pass out to Yosefa. Luron Yosefa, big and strong, just carries a couple of Grammar players with them. Yobu, they attack down that left-hand side again. It's Doyle. Yobu clears it. He gets isolated here. He needs some help. Aokavi, they eventually arrive. Yobu slowing things down, running across. McKenna gets him. Ball is there. Grammar have come through and stolen it legally, but it's been taken back by Webb. It's a bit messy at the breakdown. Now they control it. The pick and go. Did he go into one of his own players? No, says the referee, and they're inside the Grammar 22. There you can see the positional play for the team, and they've just slowed things down. Off the deck, the one-off running. Monahan. In fact, that was Coleman, the other lock, and now they look to try and bring in the defenders. Yobu. Out to Manu Le'Leua. Geez, he's done well here, Max Webb. He got caught with the ball in behind, and then he bought a bit of time, and they've slowed it down. Here's ninth phase. Nothing fancy here from the hosts. Again, it's one-off running. They've held onto the ball for 11 phases. They broke from their own 22. It was Chicago Doyle who started the counter-attack. They loop around Yobu. Now they find some space. Grammar still making their first up tackles. Great defence from the visitors as Doyle again looks to his big winger and lure on Yosefa. Geez, they're almost getting to a walk here, James, some of the players.
Yeah, they are. The forwards are doing the work up front. It's been a big game. As I said before, some good changes, a little bit of ill-discipline from Grammar there.
And that was the ill-discipline they were waiting for.
The halfback.
Seems to take an eternity, KT.
Yeah, but it was smart play from Kings. You can see they definitely changed their game plan. They're just trying to milk this penalty, take off time on the clock, probably more so the important thing, and try and just shut this game down.
You don't want to go into the old habit of defending a lead, though, do you? Especially with the way both these sides have played today. They can score from long range. So I think it's a good... They're already out by 2 scores, so it'll be good to put another 3 here.
Yeah, it was a nice kick down from Auckland Grammar, but Kings College don't even need to look to go to the sideline because they've got a kid like this, Chicago Door. Look at the return. Just sees the mismatch with 2 forwards on him and then the nice ball on the outside. This is a strong run as well. Look at that. Beat it twice down my feet. Go again. Beat it again.
Well, Kings College won the title in 1969. They then won it in 2005. And on that occasion, Ali Williams actually went into the changing room and gave his Auckland tracksuit to the player of the day, Dean Cummins, I think his name was.
He ended up having an all right career too, old Dean Cummins.
And he's missed it. Taken by Leatua. Leatua strong in the contact. Yobu clears it. Here's Monahan. Does what Monahan's been doing for the last 57 minutes. Carries strongly. Again, they shift the ball from one side of the field to the other. Pesci now getting involved, the open side flanker, patrolling the left-hand side of the field, and now the big boppers through the middle. This is where they start to earn their paychecks. This is where we need you in the close stuff. And now Yosefa breaks the first. Such a beautifully balanced runner. And now they're starting to fall off the tackles. Auckland Grammar, they're getting tired. And you can understand why. They've owned the second half of Kings College. Is now Manu Leilua. Special ball around the back. That's gone behind the player. And now the kick and chase ball still in play. Going down on it is Webb. Gets to his feet and he beats the tackle of Manu Kia. But he's holding on to the ball, and now Grammar supporters find their voice.
Yeah, the big number 8, Jackson there, straight over their pill. He did well initially, Max Webb, to just have a second nudge of it and try and buy support players a little bit of time. Unfortunately, couldn't get there.
No, the Grammar lad got over the ball pretty quickly, and I suppose you can't blame Kings for chancing around with the 50-50 there. It's been sticking most of the day, but it's come out the other side, and look at that missed penalty kick. Now Grammar are coming down to the 22 to their favoured set piece, and the line out. We'll see what they'll probably go to a maul here.
Oh, a 7-point here, and it starts getting tasty, Willie. Starts getting real tasty.
Well, we've scored 50, or I should say they've scored 56 points in 59 minutes. It's almost been a point a minute. They would have been hearing some of those supporters as well when they were walking back to the line-out. The throw is taken by Tipai. He's done really well, but then he's lost it to Pesci, the open side flanker, who's just ripped it out, and Kings College have the ball. Yobu, that pass is way over the top of Manu Leilua. Picks it up, he's going to try and run it. Carried back, that'll be a 5-metre scrum.
Oh, geez. Just a couple of wobbles here from the Kings College team, and now you can see the Auckland Grammar team, they're starting to get back, the chest is starting to pump out.
Yeah, boys.
This is his game, isn't it, Jim? This is what it's all about. You just can't count out any side.
No, and that's what I was meaning before. You don't want to defend a lead because you can get yourself into trouble like this. And I think Grammar had such an efficient quick hook with Pons on there. They'll probably look to pop off the back again and go into their pick and go work towards the post.
Yeah, Hainsworth foul for before was absolutely brilliant off the boot of the scrum with that quick ball, made a lot of yards.
Set.
Grammar still very much in this game. Hainsworth foul for runs a little lateral, but he gets over the advantage line, places the ball beautifully. McKenna says to the forwards, you go to work, and they will too. They've scored 3 of the tries, and close here have Auckland Grammar looking to now try and get ever so closer with that deficit. McKenna gives it off to the man who started it. Hainsworth far off. Can they score here, Grammar, and bring themselves a little bit closer? McKenna clears it. The backs want the ball. McKenna does! Sneaks in underneath, and how pumped is he?
He's certainly fired up. Yobo's probably had his number for most of the day, but when it's counted, he stood up McKenna. And probably a little fortunate his forwards got in the way there, because I think they were screaming for that ball wide. But Kings D obviously folded off, and it created an opportunity. Took it.
Oh, 100% he did. Look at him here, looked on the outside, goes nice and low, gets over. And this is what it means to the young man. An important time to score, gets there just. Get up, son.
Just as this conversion's going over, with these scores so close, it shows the importance of a kicker. 100% for Grammar today.
Gets it over as well, 32-31. Game on, 9 to play. They have delivered. They have made their parents proud. They've made their school proud. And now it all comes down to who makes a mistake.
We talk about delivering once again. This Kings Grammar game has delivered. And then some. A point amongst it. 8 minutes to go.
With the restart flying. And to make the tackle. It may have been Clark. He's firing in, but Grammar now, they've got the breeze as the advantage, and that's what they're going to do, is use it. That's smart play from these young men. Down the middle of the field to Josefa. Watch him go to work, watch him step. Oh, tries to bump off Jackson. Yobu to Webb, they're the 2 controllers, and now they've got numbers out here on the right-hand side. They draw and pass to the line they go. Josefa, he's the younger brother, just as big and just as strong. Webb into the midfield, here's the captain, the man they call Papa Smurf. Webb juggles, recatches into the contact. Grammar caught on to do more defending. Coleman has lost it, but it's gone backwards. They're still in possession here. 5 phases are built up, and now here's the penalty again. Well disciplined.
Yeah, the clean out way past the ball.
Such a crucial factor when you're coming off the bench to stay calm in your own head, so you're not that player that gives that penalty away.
Oh, geez. Going to have a talking to as well. I think it might be Buddha Doyle, 21. All right, just a cap.
It's not about that in isolation. We're getting a lot of penalties in a row, so we need to make sure we maintain that discipline, okay? Absolutely.
Well, here it is here. It just goes in, does Doyle. And you're right, though, Jip, it is being able to keep your head in such a high-pressure situation.
The work had been done, the opportunity created elsewhere, and to have something like that pull you back to coach killer Mark Kennelly.
14 penalties for Kings College, you spoke about it. James Parsons, captain for North Harbour. You just can't have those types of scenarios because it's allowing the opposition back into it.
Well, they're going to kick down to that magical corner. It's where you always want to play when you come here to Kings, is down that side of the field. It's like the field sort of slopes that way, James. It kind of gives you a little bit of an advantage, like referee's corner they used to have in Hamilton.
Absolutely, Willie. Not one for kicking, but it does look like a good corner to nudge into.
Lovely take, Lotuinga. He's been dominant. There's the big lock.
That's once!
McKenna out to Gray. Finanganoku. The 2 brothers combined, and now the flick out the back. The ball is there, secured by Grammar. Gray to Armstrong. It's gone forward.
Forward past the eyes.
Fine Anganofu, the 2 brothers, now in the midfield there, just trying to work some magic. What do they need here? A big player?
Look, I think they stick to their guns and probably play their way out of here, but play with the attacking flair. Don't go into your shell and try and wind out the clock. It's too far to go at this stage. They've had a lot of form, I suppose, from this part of the field through Doyle to look into around him, hopefully suck some defenders in and free up and find some space.
Crouch!
Kings 5 minutes away from securing possession and the victory. Just a settler. Leo Toa. And now a little wider through the lock, and now Doyle, Chicago Doyle to Josefa. Does the right thing as a left winger of running inside as Monahan beats the first tackle, sets the ball up in the midfield.
Ball's here.
Maybe a couple of injuries and fatigue starting to play a part now as they get it a little bit wider here to Mihi Nui. Wearing jersey 22 for King's College. Yobu, same combination of 9 and 10, and Webb.
Never held it.
Still in their own half. Kings leading by 1 to their playmaker Doyle. To pass it on, here's Clark. That was forward. Boy, he wound up, he was gone. Forward.
Oh, no, a man down to Auckland Grammar. Just centimetres in there, won both things.
Thank you. We need him for the scrum.
You have to say the officiating today has allowed this game to flow, which has been exceptional. And I think he's been on point for the bulk of the calls, and as AR, it's obviously helping him out.
They've been working together here again. Doyle gives that pass. Just that little bit of a delay there from the number 11, Luron Josefa. But just get the feeling Kings need to be disciplined here. This is in kicking distance now for Auckland Grammar. A penalty, a successful one as we get to the last 3 minutes, and they take this one.
Well, the packs are huddling up. They'll be talking exactly that, KT. You know, just getting that discipline right, taking that extra step defensively, making sure you don't give anything away, and just backing the defence that's been so good all day.
And the King's College scrum really has come back in the second stanza. Here we just see Falcon, Liasuasu, having an issue with his eye. He's not going to go for the remainder of this game, but wow, you talk about moments in games, this is probably the biggest one for both sides.
Let's go, boys.
Setting up for another grandstand finish.
Scrum here.
Kings currently first in the 1A Auckland school competition. Grammar sitting second on 15 points, and so this would give them a lot of confidence, of course. This year there are no playoffs in the Auckland club competition, so just the winner will be crowned champion. That's the way it should be. Finn McKenna, try scorer for Grammar, gets it out. Now out to Nofahu. He's come onto the field. Replacement on the wing, gets his hands on the ball, and now the forwards have had time to link around and go a little wider. Slow ball though. Fina, Anofu, unloads, Manukia gets it out one wider out to Penny. He goes wide out to Armstrong. Armstrong to the corner. They're just meters short. Auckland Grammar, the forwards arrive. Kings need to defend. Auckland Grammar desperate to score. Will they deliver the knockout punch? Monahan does well to hold them up initially. They get to the ground. Pick and go. The Grammar call goes up from this massive crowd here. Just a metre short. Pick and go. There's an advantage. This could be a penalty. The referee gives the penalty.
Double blow as well, so someone's in trouble. We've spoken about the discipline being key.
Number 1, offside, too many penalties.
There we go. Ahakavi into the bin, and with the form of the kicking, you'd probably have to say they'll go for the shot, but it doesn't actually look like they might be going for it. They might put it back into the scrum.
The kicking tee is running on. He's
Yeah.
sprinting on now.
Yeah, I think
Thankfully, common sense has prevailed.
the coach has said, yeah, get that tee on. The time's still going to go down. So by the time they get the save, there will be only seconds left. All the pressure on Cullen Gray for Auckland Grammar.
Yeah, there'll be a bit of adjusting of socks to milk that clock a little bit more, I'd say.
The run from Armstrong down the left-hand side of the field where they broke free. And then, as they have all afternoon, fellas, it was the forwards again wanting to go in the short channels.
I can hear Rico Ioane now in my ear celebrating this win.
Cullen Gray. Come the moment, come the occasion, come the young man. Nothing great about Auckland Grammar at the moment. Cullen Gray gives them the lead for the first time in the match.
What a fight back. A lot of ticker showing. Great injection from their subs, and they've brought it home strong, but it's still not over. Kings have got the opportunity to go down.
Kings now with the high restart. Hasn't gone 10, but they've been played at by Grammar, and they've lost it forward. So they played at that, they didn't need to.
Man down in the scrum though, so they want a quick hook here and get it out to their backs, which have been powerful all game. Just don't overplay your hand here. Know that you can build phases and still work your way down there.
So one of the reserve props will come on, which means that the loose forward will have to make his way off the field. Oh, this is drama, James Parsons. This is what you live for.
Absolutely, and I just admire the Grammar comeback, the fight and fortitude. You know, what was it? I think it was a 14-point lead at one stage with 20 minutes to go, and you said it. You said it's not over yet.
24-17, the half-time score to Kings College. It's now 34 Auckland Grammar, 32 Kings as we enter referee's time. What can Kings produce? What's next? Is there another chapter to this wonderful, thrilling episode that we've had here in 2020? They go a little wider. Clark carries forward, Webb out to Doyle. Chicago Doyle. If anybody can, he can. They've got the ball. What does referee say? Penalty! He got isolated. And young John Whina Nofo has been celebrated for his work over the ball.
And it's not for the first time, is it, Willie? He did it early in the second half when he came on. And what a moment. Look at his teammates, they're celebrating.
Well, they can tap and kick this to Mount Eden. And your 2020 winners of Auckland Grammar. They came and they have delivered. James Parsons is a former Kings College old boy. You'd still be thrilled at this game. What a match we have witnessed.
Oh, like I said, the fight and the spirit to come back from men to have that, of this age, to have that mental resilience to fight through it and get back on the winners board is fantastic and fully deserved. We spoke earlier in the day about the upfront battle, and the Auckland Grammar pack just delivered time and time again.
Conrad, just tell me, how good does that feel?
Oh, it's unbelievable, you know. With support like this, you can't beat it. And yeah, it's unreal. You know, it's what we train for week in, week out. All those months of pre-season training. It's unreal. So proud of the boys.
You had a lot of adversity that you had to fight through. You got down by a few points. Just tell me, what were you saying to the lads throughout that game?
Just focus on the next job. You know, we're still in it. There's plenty of time left. And, you know, just the next job. If it's kickoff, we've got to get the ball back. And, yeah, we just got to get a lot. Our captain went off. So, you know, it was a tough struggle, but we got there in the end.
Just tell me the emotions when you got that last turnover.
Oh, I couldn't believe it, you know. I was just first thinking was got to kick it out first. And, yeah, just so happy to get it through.
Now, just tell me, what makes this clash so special for you?
Just the tradition, you know, the history. Not many games get turnouts like this. So it's unbelievable, yeah.
And you've made a lot of firsts this season. I mean, you went over to Kent, you haven't won there for a long time. You come to Kings and come here and get the win. How good?
It's unbelievable. You know, I haven't won here since 2014. So it's good to get the dub, but still another game next week, so just got to get back to work.
Thing is, though, these are the moments you savor, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. It's unreal.
Congratulations, go enjoy.
Thank you.
Israel, I know disappointment written all over your face, but the way your team performed today, you still got to be proud, yeah?
Yeah, I'm still proud of the boys. You know, they came up and showed up, but, you know, it just fell off at the end.